Okay, this is Bonsai Anonymous, and we're going to look at this. This is an experiment, an experiment that I did, and what it is started with 3 plants, and I better put this in some water. Why? I regret that I didn't. All right, so let's put these in water and we'll be right back. Okay, so you're in water, more or less. My 2 buddies are over here. Let's show them here for a second. Hi, guys. This is, I'll tell you their story. Some years back, we rescued birds, and we were actually a nonprofit for a long time. And boy, I'll tell you, it was not profitable. What we did was we took inanimate birds, especially that were on the end of their, at the end of their rope, crippled, abandoned, sick, whatever. And so we had at one time a lot of birds. I think we have 11 left now, and we haven't been doing this now for a few years. The last bird that we took in, and I think it will be the last bird that we take in, is Ducky. And they're sweet over there. He's a good boy. He doesn't chase the ducks. So anyway, this, some time back, he joined us. And when he joined us, his name is number 2. And I'll tell you why in a second here. He joined us, and at the time he joined us, there was a girl here, and she had a husband, and we called him Big Boy. And number 2, who's right here listening to his story, you're very, very attentive, you two. Yeah, you are attentive, or something. And see a mosquito on my phone. Stupid mosquito, there's no blood there. Anyway, so number 2 came into the yard and chased Big Boy away. Big Boy was the first husband, and great duck, very, very nice. All of our ducks are nice. With a few, we've stopped that Sweet. Sweet feels like he has to chase them away from the food so he can have it. You don't even like seeds, Sweet. Give it a rest. Quit. Get off me. He's right here waiting to jump. He's a good boy, but annoying. Okay, you chase the ducks away. So anyway, number 2 came into the yard and chased the Big Boy away. We never saw him again. And number 2 took Big Boy's wife. And then all of a sudden, Big Boy's wife took off. And how they take off is by flying. Ducks can fly. So anyway, since they're not there anymore, I'll put you back in here. Maybe we can get this in the picture. In the picture. Yeah, more or less. Okay, so Big Boy left. And that left us with number 2, and I named him number 2 because he's second one. That doesn't mean he's less. He actually was more than number 1, the first one, because he chased Big Boy out of here. And okay, so these are artillery plants. I'm going to actually take some dirt out with some of them, because I do like planting them. And some people like them to grow. Turtles like to eat them. Very easy to get rid of. They take some dirt with them. It's okay. Now the main place I need to get rid of them is around this trunk. That's the main place because I can't really see what's going on here. So anyway, that's the story of number 2. He's called number 2 because he's the number 2 husband. And he doesn't care. He likes the name. He's happy to be here. So anyway, so for a while, number 2 was here by himself because his the girl that he came here to steal left, and he's sitting here by himself. And I choose to believe that he was lonely. And I think I've been vindicated because once we got him another wife, okay? And let's get rid of that root. I don't think it's doing anything there for us. Okay. How do we get one? Well, I went to my friend Eunice Sivertson. She has something called Duck Haven, and I think she's still around. I haven't dealt with her now for a while because we're out of the business. We're not taking any more. I actually helped her for many years rehoming ducks. She specializes in muscovies like ours, who are not welcome in Florida in many cases. People don't. That's actually growing in the tree. I should have left it. I am going to leave it. It's interesting. So what's happening is this tree obviously is rotting. Okay, so now let me continue with my duck story because I'm getting off the line here. Yeah, we're just going to give this to the turtles. They got plenty. So I went and got another duck from Eunice, and people are always bringing her ducklings, and so let's see, I'll put this in right here. Now, so she's always has some. I've gone all over the state for her, taking ducks to places, and that's all I can say about it. The ducks have to go to a place where the people they're welcome, and they won't be harassed. And it's not easy to find places like that, and most of them are in housing developments, and I got to know which housing developments were friendly and which weren't, and hence I brought a lot of them to the ones that were friendly. Okay, so we're getting, so she, does that need to stay there? I'm gonna leave it. I think I could put this here, but I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so we brought her, and she was a crippled duck. Many of them ones that Eunice have are that way, and she knew that she would be happy here, or somewhat anyway. So we brought her back, and it turned out she wasn't happy here. She stayed for a while. She had one brood of ducklings, and there's a sad story about that, which I don't need to tell myself right now. But from that brood of ducklings was only one duck left, and that's the one you just saw go by. And we call her Mom because she lays eggs. None of hers are going to hatch. We just can't have any more. I wish we could, but I'd have to be a lot younger and a lot healthier, and that's not happening. Okay, so anyway, she had a brood of ducklings, and then decided she'd had enough, and she disappeared one day. And I don't know that how she went because she had angel wings. Was not flying. So she found a hole in the fence and walked away, and we never saw her again. And I'm always tempted to go after them, and I do often. And sometimes we found them when they've left, but not often. And I came to the conclusion that she did leave for a reason. She was not interested in being here. Okay, and should I bring her back, she'll just leave again, and that's okay. That's the way it is. So I learned that lesson a little bit, and so she left, and I didn't really spend a lot of time looking for her because I'm sure she would have left again as soon as she could, and it's okay. It's okay. I think she's probably gone by now. This is some years back, but she needed to be somewhere else, and we got her out of Duck Haven and here, and then she left. So anyway, the one duckling that was remaining from that brood is the duck you just saw with number 2. She had a name, Scooter, but she's since been changed to, name's been changed to Mom. I think I already said that. So we have number 2 and Mom, and Mom lays eggs, and they are fertile, but we're not letting them hatch. So that's the end of that story. Okay, so, and they have their run of the yard. Now, my wife mentioned that number 2's wings, flight feathers are getting big, and able of flying, able to fly. So we're gonna have to deal with that. We're gonna have to deal with that pretty soon. What's this? Do we dare put some of that color in there? No, not really. Really? Okay, I think those are part of those. My house is full of junk drawers. Sometimes they're in a drawer, but mostly they're just in boxes. And I'm thinking that after I pass, all these junk drawers are going to be truly made into junk, and that's okay. You know, I'm not going to be here to complain. And when we went through my mom's trailer after she passed away, there was a lot of junk in there that went out to the dumpster, and we had to be brutal about it. We had a yard sale, and I'm convinced, since there were a lot of people there and a lot of people bought stuff, I'm convinced that we sold everything that was sellable. You know, where's my coffee? Wow, you're hiding back here. Man, oh man. That's my first cup. I better get busy. Okay, so we have Mom and Scooter, or Mom and number 2, and they go in and out. They have a room, we call it the duck room. It used to be the bird room, and that was where all the birds were. And let's see, I think we might have had as many as, I don't know, 25 in the house at one time, maybe more than that. I don't know. And 2 ducks came to our yard and had broods. So there was a time when we had 40 ducks in the backyard, many of them little, and that's just not tenable. It's not tenable. I had to find homes for them because, and I did find homes for them. And where we found them, a home, is a pleasant place. And of course they're probably not around anymore, but they had lives. These were healthy ducks, and so the idea of them getting to go someplace and have a life is appealing to me, even if it's a short life. And now our 3 ducks, I forgot Ducky here, but our 3 ducks have it good here, and I want to say that they know it. Number 2 and Mom come right in every night. I give them some bread. Now, some people say bread is not good for ducks, but so what am I going to do with this? Well, I'm thinking this. But I watched Eunice at the Duck Haven give bag after bag of plain white bread to ducks in the wild, and she had a space behind a shopping center, and I don't know that it's there anymore. I haven't talked to Eunice for a while. The last time I talked to her, she was looking great. She's got to be 80 by now, but she lost a lot of weight, and that will prolong her chances to help the ducks. She is totally duck-oriented, muscovy ducks, and I was a good find for her, and she was a good find for me. I helped her home some ducks, and I learned about ducks, and it's just all very good. Okay, so what am I doing here? Mumbling. They go in and out every night, and they're just good ducks. Okay, so I'm going to make this a combination of grayish colors. I'm going to use some of these too, grayish and whitish. This is called making stupid decisions so that your plants look good until they die. That's basically what this is. All right, so this very likely will kill them because it's some gravel from concrete. And I thought I was buying Portland cement. I make pots. You've seen some of them. Some of them, this is a pot that's sold commercially. I haven't told you a story about this plant yet, or what's going on here, but that's okay. I needed to get through the duck story. You see how that's kind of cool looking? I like it. Just have to make sure we save enough to get around the whole thing. I'm doing risky stuff here because I'm doing it by hand rather than with my trusty scoop that I usually use. Now, I want to show you something. There's some dirt here. This is the bottom of the bag. Okay? So what I'm going to do with the dirt is put it over on this side, like that. So it's going to kind of be in here. And we'll put some of there too. Right. I want to cover up all the red dirt in here. Now those, I think they're all right. All right, so get rid of some of that stuff. I like it. I'm going to have to think about doing this more. Having different colors, subtle colors. I have some, yeah, I like that. Okay. So another red one, we'll get rid of him. This red one, sneak in there. I don't want any red ones in this. Okay, so this says that this is a strangler fig. It's a strangler fig. And a Suriname cherry. And what I should keep on here is when it was planted, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. That's something to remember for the future, so I can tell you. All right, so let's look at this a little bit. This now we can see, and I can get rid of some of these leaves. But let me tell you the story about this before I go any further, because I just can't seem to remember to start. This is a dogwood. You notice I'm touching the dead parts. It's a dogwood, and I had it for a while. I thought it was doing very well, and then all of a sudden, one of the branches died. Okay, there's a few branches here. I thought, okay, maybe there's a problem somewhere. I'll just keep going. But ultimately, they all died, no matter what I would do. And I'm sure I didn't do what you should do because I didn't know. But I was just going to throw it out. But then I started to do root on rock, and that is so much fun. In fact, I do it root on everything. And this is root on root, our trunk. These are dead. This is a dead tree. Dead. Had nice trunks and everything, and it still does. It's just dead. So rather than put these two plants on a rock, I put them on a, let's see here. I had another pair of scissors out here. I wonder what I did with it. Wow, that's rough. I hope I didn't throw it out. In here? Okay, well, that's what happens. It'll show up. So I think I want this out. And this. And this. And this. So what am I doing right now? It's not necessary what I'm doing. I'm just clearing the plant out a little bit. And you got to be careful about this with these plants, because this rubber stuff is, yeah, I got it on me. And the problem with that is that it's rubber, and if you get it in your eyes, you got trouble. So try not to rub your eyes if you get some of that on it. Okay, so this, what I did was I took a little Suriname cherry, this one, and it's coming along. All right, I actually am going to leave this so it can grow up through the old root, or the old plant, that's fine. And then this one, which I will further trim. That's, all right, so I'm not convinced that it's that attractive, but it's interesting to me. And I'm leave this on. It's kind of holding it here still. All right, so that's that. The next thing I'm going to do in a minute here, as soon as I put this away, is handle these big strangler fig branches. Wow, that I cut off another plant earlier today. So this is it. I'm going to water it a little and put it back, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Bonsai Anonymous out.